Welcome to Grounds for Discussion
and Title Talk,
where we bring together closing, processing, real estate,
and coffee, of course.
Whether you're a buyer, seller, agent, or fellow industry professional, join us as we unpack the processes that make real estate deals happen.
Hi, I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Barbie.
And today we have some very special guests. We've actually decided to relocate our podcast this morning.
On a field trip.
And we are at the Sunshine location in the legal office. And today we have the third generation of the Hogan Empire, Ross Chaffin.
Good morning.
And then we have Nok Simphaly, Nook like a book, but spelled N-O-K, the spiciest of spiciest legal assistants.
Yes. So fun.
Yes.
Thank you guys for joining us. We know you're super busy, partially because of what we do to you. But the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to ask you what you brought us to drink.
Great. No.
Nook, tell us what you brought us.
So, I brought my drink, which is a iced cinnamon roll from 7 Brew. I like to tweak it because I don't like whole milk, so I do add oat milk to it. I add an extra shot of espresso, and I also add an extra scoop of brown cinnamon sugar just to balance out that bitterness.
And let me tell you, when I was ordering this morning, I had to get 4 of them. I was like, okay, are you ready for the list?
Yeah.
Extra shot, extra scoop, oat
Light
milk.
ice,
Light ice. It was light ice too. Yes.
All right, well, we're going to try Nook's first.
Okay.
All right, let's try
Cheers.
it. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Oh, that's good. It's
good.
not too sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Just
that
sweet
per-
enough. I really like
But it tastes like coffee, right?
Cinnamon
It
roll?
does
Is that what
Still
it
tastes like coffee. That's what I like.
What do you
Mhm.
think about that?
It's not bad. I was hoping or thinking it would be more sweet.
Like candy bar in a cup?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's good for coffee, yes.
Yes, yeah.
All right,
Yes.
moving along.
Okay.
What did you bring us?
My drink of choice is
right.
a double shot of espresso from
Okay.
Dancing Mule. Very bitter, but very good.
Fun.
It gets the work done.
And when they asked me,
Oh, that's right, you guys have ice
I wasn't
ones.
sure, so they asked me what we wanted it iced or hot, and I didn't know. So Jennifer and I have the iced.
Do you want to try this one?
No, only if you want to trade.
No, I prefer
All right, I will try. You want me to try that?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, goody.
Oh,
Okay,
jeez.
Here we go.
Oh, jeez.
Cheers. Oh,
Oh, geez,
that was
yes.
like chocolate.
Uh-huh.
Drink half of it first. Tom.
Half.
Yeah.
I think I'm.
Are you going to go there? Okay.
Or,
All right.
Cheers. Here we go.
Or tar.
Tar. Why? Why?
Oh,
It gets the work done.
it does.
I can imagine.
I know.
Yeah.
We will be bouncing.
Do I have a espresso mustache?
No.
Okay, good. All right, here we go. So that was interesting. Thank you so much for that. So
this.
why don't we start with Nook, and you tell us just a real brief synopsis of Nook and where she came from, what she's been doing, how long you've been with Hogan, etc.
So I am now in my, I think it's 4.5 years with Hogan. I first started here as a processor for Ashley McBride, working under her as her processor for my closer. Worked with her for 3 years, and then I just kind of bounced over here recently to the legal department in this past October when Miss Rebecca decided to step down. And then I was presented with the opportunity to step into her place. Big shoes to definitely fill.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. But yeah, just, kind of.
So 4 years with Hogan.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
And so what did you do before that? Just a little bit.
Oh man, before this, I thought I was gonna die at MAC Cosmetics. So I was actually a makeup artist before this. I worked there for almost 11 years. Really thought I was gonna live and die there. I was like, I really love that job. It was a good way to express, creative ideas and everything. But here I am now. I never thought I would be in this position doing something like this, but it has been a great transition. I've really enjoyed what I have learned in the past 4 years being here and just working with the realtors, the lenders, all the closers, and everybody I've gotten known with Hogan. It's just been a great experience.
A little bit of trivia.
She used to be my boss at MAC.
Wow.
And now you.
I see you two are surprised.
You know that?
Well, I knew they both worked at
Oh, I
MAC, but
didn't
I
know
didn't
that.
know it was at the same time.
Yes,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
worked together.
Is this at the
Long
mall?
time.
At the mall?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that
yes.
Dillard's?
Yes. The Mac counter was a sublet in Dillard's where we actually worked for the Estee Lauder Corporation.
Okay.
So I had gone from Dillard's to Mac, and Nook was already there, and then I took the management position, and she was my go-to. If I needed anything done, all I had to do was ask Nook. She would complain at first, but she would do it.
And
she
that
would do it well.
to now, we're like,
Yes.
call
Yes.
Yes, call Nook.
We do that on the daily.
Circle.
And let me just say,
That's fun.
the most creative person I have ever met in my life. Her creativity and her vision on different things always put me at awe.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
That's all the compliments you get. Okay.
Wonderful.
Okay.
All right, your turn. Ross,
Yeah.
tell us about Ross. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
you've been here how long? What'd
Okay.
you do before?
I started at Hogan Land Title 2018. I moved back. I grew up in Springfield, moved back to Springfield that year. Prior to that, I practiced law in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
I did that for 5 years out of law school.
Regular law, like what was your?
I practiced intellectual property in
Okay.
the music industry. So I worked with,
Key music industry.
Ooh,
worked with artists, songwriters, record labels.
very cool.
Yep, and then it's quite a change to real estate, but, but it's been good. So I've been
Yeah.
here since
18.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Always as the attorney.
That's correct. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Perfect.
Yes. So tell us a little story from your music industry attorneying.
Yeah, it was a fascinating time. I was straight out of law school. Started to work with an attorney out of New York. I was in Atlanta. He was already an established music industry vet, so I got to meet some fascinating people along my time. Gloria Esteban was one of my first clients. The famous rapper DMX. I got to know.
Gloria Esteban, DMX.
Yeah, and he has such a interesting personality to the public. And he was going through some hard times, but we got to know each other very well. And I think we figured out that I was new to the industry, he was getting old for the industry, and we kind of created this bond. So even till the day he passed away, we remain close.
Oh,
That is so cool. Very cool.
Anybody country?
Or country man.
Zach Brown Band.
Real? Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they were north of Georgia, and I helped them with some nonprofit
Okay.
legal work they did up there. So
That is
Very
very
cool.
cool. Who knew you had a life before Hogan?
yeah.
Now you can never have another life
Yeah.
besides Hogan.
Yeah,
And didn't you just add a new addition to your family?
that's correct. Yes, my new son Max, he's 4.5 months old. He's been up here a couple times.
So handsome.
Oh,
So cute.
So cute.
So that'll be the fourth generation.
How's
right
life?
That'll be the fourth
How's life?
generation.
It's good. It's good.
Settling in?
Yeah, we're finding our rhythm.
Getting
Deal.
some sleep?
Yeah, well, surprisingly, no, but well, we're working on it.
Very good.
That's awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
So my question to you is, with 5 locations, and I apologize, I don't even know how many escrow agents, but you, Kim, and Nook are our go-to for all the things legal, and I don't even know all the things legal that you guys do, but my favorite thing is when we send you something and it says Rush in caps red with 27 exclamation points behind it. And you guys are so gracious and you're so kind and calm, and I'm frantic, right? Like, oh my gosh, this is gonna close next Wednesday and they've decided they need a beneficiary deed. And how do you prioritize that for all the locations and all the different agents?
Yeah. Well, we have a great system between Nook, myself, and Kim. Kim and I kind of split up the offices of the legal work that we do. She does half, I do half, and Nook kind of sits in the middle and helps both of us out. So between the three of us, we have a pretty well-oiled machine about getting documents out. You say a rush to you is next Wednesday. A rush for us, Nook, myself, is
Tomorrow.
30 minutes.
Yes.
You
So,
probably shouldn't have told me that.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. So from that perspective, I think the three of us working together, we have a good balance, and we were able to keep the composure.
Tell a tiny little story that tracks with that and why I'm saying so kind and gracious. There was a scenario last week where we had a family getting on a boat, on a cruise,
That's right, yeah.
and we found out that we needed a release,
A
a
lien
lien
release.
release from the parents to the daughter. And he was like, I have 3 hours in Dallas right now. We called Ross and Nook, and they had it to me before noon. And it was amazing, and they were so kind and great. Again, I can't say that enough, because you could be frustrated. You could be like, "What? Why didn't you know this before?" You know what I mean? And just are never like that, and it's so.
But we don't
lovely.
do that very often.
No, we really
don't.
try. Honestly, I know it seems
Yeah.
like it, well, we've tried really hard
Sure.
not to
Yes.
do that to
And we
you,
appreciate
but-
that.
So, Nook, question. So, what is one thing that you feel like agents kind of miss as far as telling their clients about the legality of closings and stuff like that?
Honestly, I think the thing that would be beneficial to agents is a beneficiary deed to let their clients know that those are, out there for their clients. It's a good opportunity and a great way to protect your real estate, instead of waiting until their client is, it's maybe too late for them to do anything. Offer that, to them now. Offer it at the closing table. Just, throw it out there like, hey, while you're here, maybe that's something you need to consider.
Yeah.
Just getting that out there and just putting that in place.
Yeah.
Just to help protect them.
So you might tell some people may not understand what a beneficiary deed is. So you might explain that to them first too.
Give me that.
Yeah, I think Ralph might be better at this.
So a beneficiary deed is a deed, a non-probate transfer on death. So in effect, you own a piece of property. Hypothetically, I own a piece of property by myself. I grant, I draft a beneficiary deed naming an individual I'd like to own that property upon my death.
Yes.
So the benefit of that is, in the event that I did pass away, I did not have a beneficiary deed, that property would be subject to probate. A probate proceeding is a legal proceeding in the county. It can be lengthy, it can be expensive. Whereas a beneficiary deed, it's simple and it's an automatic transfer of ownership. And so that way, your potential clients know that their asset is protected in the event they happen to pass away.
And I think people don't realize too is, say I bought a piece of property and I'm married, but I bought it as myself as an individual. And later on we get married, 10 years down the road, something happens to me and he's not on title. So what happens then? We're married.
Right. So
But-
in that instance, because even though you got married, because your husband was not put on title with you, you don't own it together as husband and wife, called tenancy by the entirety, which is just the legal term for husband and wife. That property would be subject to probate,
Yeah.
even though maybe there was assumption because the two of you are married, he would own the asset.
Even if I made payments on the house.
That is
all
correct.
yes.
That does not matter. The new spouse would obviously be an heir, but that property would still be subject to probate, and you would have to go through that lengthy proceeding.
Probate is not fun.
No.
It's not fun.
like months, right?
Yeah, it
can
can
be
take
longer.
from 30 to 6 months, depending on errors,
Sure.
anything like trying to find out who all really has rights to that property,
Yeah.
and tracking people down.
Yeah.
Really.
And Nook and I like to tell people when they come in and do beneficiary deeds, you can do a transfer on death on vehicles, bank accounts, investment accounts, and real property. And so pretty much that's most people's assets. And so just getting that done, making sure that you know that comfort's there, that asset that you own, pretty much everyone's largest asset, is taken care of in the event that they pass away.
So I've had several people say to me, well, I have a will. And I'm like, well, in that will, is there a beneficiary deed? Like, how does that kind of convey, how do I explain to people that may not actually cover the house?
Sure.
Like,
So a will is a separate legal document. The easiest way to explain a will is just a set of instructions in the event that you pass away. You say, I want this property to go to X person, the person you name. Real property is not subject to a transfer of a will. If your heirs, the people you name in your will, all understand you can get along, they divide the property according to the terms of the will. If they don't, that will has to be probated. So more often than
With a
not,
will, I did not know that.
so more often than not, a will can just become instructions to a probate court, and a judge looks at it and determines where that decedent's assets.
But it still has to go to
That's correct.
probate.
Yeah,
Interesting.
and a will does not affect real property. That's your question.
yes, exactly.
Okay. All right.
So I have one more question.
Okay.
So, and I think it's because I've had this situation several times with agents. Like, we'll have a closing in 2 days, and the buyers and sellers have decided they want a will agreement, or they want some detailed agreement drawn up by an attorney. And they're like, can we get that today? And I have to say, well, no, not
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
So kind of explain, whenever we are asking for well agreements or road easements,
Sure.
really road easements too,
Yep.
is really understanding the detail that goes into something like that.
So clarifying, would that be like a driveway, like a shared driveway when you say
Yes,
a road
road
easement?
More often than not, it's a driveway easement. That's
Okay.
correct. Yeah, we get those requests quite a bit, and the best way to approach it, just make sure we have the length of time. That's not the 30-minute.
That's not
Yeah,
it.
so that's not it. But yeah, just reaching out to Nook or myself. I mean, Nook can typically take all the information that we need to prepare that. So it's not only the insured that we're dealing with, but potentially other neighbors. So we have to get these parties involved. We have to reach out to them, and then it takes a little bit longer to prepare. But yeah, I mean, that's something we do see
Yes.
regularly.
Yeah, but it's not something we can, again, do in 30 minutes.
It's not. No.
No.
And so finally, my favorite question to ask is something that is the wildest thing you've ever come across,
Yep.
or the funniest thing, or the craziest thing. Is there something that you can think of that you're like, that either stumped me or made me laugh or
Sure. Gosh, I feel like we see them every week.
every day?
Working with the general public, yes.
Well, you have a great story about your.
Yes, I being in the legal department, I will say one of my favorite stories is definitely getting to know some of my clients more on a personal level, because it is me talking to the client directly versus, somebody being in the middle. I did meet a man that lived, I believe, out in Colorado, and he loved books. He had over like 17,000 books, and he told me how he had already given away like 11 boxes to random people, just whoever. And he said, "Do you like to read?" And I said, "Yes, actually, I do like to read." And he asked me what kind of books I like to read. And I told him I like to read all sorts of books, as long as it just is captivating story-wise, I will read it. And he sent me 2 whole boxes of books, and some of them were signed by the authors.
Oh,
That is
Like,
amazing.
yes, and he even had it to where it was like part of, like, he had stickers where it was like part of his personal library, so you knew where they were coming from.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so
Very
I've
cool.
really enjoyed his books since I've been over here, and so that's one of my favorite stories. I love getting
That is
to know
awesome.
some of my clients like more on a deeper level instead of just surface.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Even the legal department is relational.
Yeah.
I mean, it still
Yes.
is when you start to ask those personal questions
Yeah, absolutely.
about getting into people's lives and
Right.
helping them do what they need to do from a legal aspect.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
Thank you for letting us come and take some time out of your busy schedule and
We
visit.
don't say it enough, like, we
Yes.
know you're busy, and so when
Yes.
people stop what they're doing in the day, because, there's a lot going on with you guys.
So a couple of days ago, I asked Ross, I was like, "Hey, I really want you and Nook to be together." He goes, "I'm really busy." I go, "I know, like 5 minutes. This will take 5 minutes." He goes, "5 minutes?" I go, "Okay, maybe 10 minutes." And then I was like, "Okay, maybe 15 minutes at the most." He's like, "We went from 5 to 15
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?"
And I was in the
So-
room when she called him to ask him, and I could tell he realized really quickly she wasn't going to take no for an answer.
You learn. I really don't take
He
no.
doesn't do that well, so.
Well, thank you
so
guys.
much.
Oh, thank you guys.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.